Oh, that's a bit nostalgic, but we don't want all that border on there. Oh no, the Argos chair's giving way. God damn you! Right. Stupid thing. There we go. Now, it looks pretty good to me, so I guess it's that time again. Let's see if we've fixed this bloody SD card firewall business. No, it's still doing it. Right, so I'm just going to have to get rid of all the fucking files now. Trying to think if I can use a program to recreate that thing. No, we have to. Actually, I need to get a directory now. And bloody hell, she's not the shit you want first thing in the morning. Yeah, for some reason, FB64 isn't the first file on. Oh, for fuck's sake. That makes it a bit more difficult now. A bit more annoying. Let's hope my typing improves and my eyesight as well. Where's the bloody CRT glasses? God damn it. Right, that's a bit better. What the hell was dodgy geese? Right. I wanted to play Blades of Steel. I couldn't find a single copy that would load with True Drive emulation turned off on the emulator, so that's a bit shit. My cats are fighting about it. Actually, I don't think they are fighting. Anyway, but I did find a version of Dynasty Wars that worked with True Drive emulation turned off. Not that that means it will work with the SD to AC, but he's hoping. Now, we're having loads of problems with the Amiga. The first insurmountable problem is all the good games that I had on cracked discs. I haven't found those. In fact, I can't even remember where, you know, what they were stored in. You know, the flip top disc boxes, or the ones with the drawers, or are they still in cardboard boxes? I got no idea. That is very weird. Probably because I haven't thought about them for like over half a decade. And yeah, sadly, I think some of my original games were a bit too close to the hi-fi speakers, so but some of them did work a week ago, and they weren't working 2 days ago. And I'm now on the second external disk drive. Disk drives need disk head cleaners, I think. I think it's that simple. Unlimited energy, yeah. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know, I can't even tell what the graphics are going to be like from those shit little thumbnails. exactly the size of the actual graphics. Right, so it's obviously pitch black, so it's a total eclipse at night. But there's a hell of a lot more characters on screen than, what do you call it, Golden Axe. But your horse is grey and they're grey. It's like them stupid adverts where it's all in black and white except for the red nail varnish or lipstick of some bird on it or something. It's supposed to be stylish. So hang on, is there no scrolling or anything? So you've got R-type style power. Geez, is it like this the whole time? Yeah, fucking scrolled already. So it's half black and white, half muddy brown, Stampede meets Golden Axe sort of thing. With some Atari sound effects. Come here, little cunt. But they seem to have modelled most of the enemies on... Alright, so you can't jump them. So your first instinct is to be able to jump them little fences. What was that horse that went missing? Was it Shergar or Red Rum? Or even both? There's something dead there. Oh no, he's not. He's just hiding. A little coward. Come here, little bastard. So, I mean, they look like 4-colour backgrounds, grayscale sprites for everything except the bloke on the horse. He, for some reason, has gone with an outfit made out of He-Man, well, Prince Adam's, aka He-Man's, pink shirt. Very weird. The quality of the drugs these developers were smoking were very bad. They weren't of the same quality as the people who done Phoenix, Vanguard, Solaris, Star Raiders on the Atari. Oh man, Jesus Christ, I wish there was a fucking level skip. That's how much I'm not enjoying this game. Why is everything fucking great? I mean, the fucking Spectrum and Amstrad fanboys are going to have a fucking field day now, aren't they? Oh look, it's all brown, and if it's not brown, it's all grayscale. Yeah, that's not the C64's fault, mate. That's called some fucking dumb cocksuckers fucking coding it and fucking doing the graphics. Please do not have a solid black background on the next stage. That's the only reason why I'm persevering with this shit. Ah, Jesus Christ, again, solid black backgrounds. Oh, fuck off, you know what? Fucking do it properly next time, you cunts. So now that we're a few minutes into the video, well, I can't do that, can I? For fuck's sake. I can state my position on the NES, and that's final. Won't be responding to any comments about the NES anymore. I just waste too many minutes and hours on the projector bulbs. No thank you. And that is that the NES lasted way too long. The games were too expensive and the technology was way too old to be out there on the shelves next to the fucking Amiga, never mind the Mega Drive. No, actually make that the Atari ST, because I can think of loads of games that are better on the ST. Ghosts and Goblins, Commando, those two are arcade perfect. Lotus 2 is a hell of a lot better than Rad Racer on the NES. So that was just a dumb shit machine, because you were paying like 30 or 40 quid for those games. They're not worth 30. No 8-bit game is worth 30 or 40 quid. And the PC Engine is not 8-bit. It's a 16-bit system. which happens to be managed by an 8-bit CPU. All the audio chips and the graphics chips and everything access the memory in 16 bits. So it's like the opposite of the Jaguar. Some 16-bit rubbish custom chips stuck on a tiny, like Atari VCS sized amount of memory that is 64-bit and all controlled by a 16-bit CPU. So yeah, the Jaguar is just is like a 16-bit console, if you ask me. It's no more than that. It's a bit like when you had a 486 and some of them had no cache RAM, internal cache, and some of them had heaps of it and they were faster. That's basically what the difference between a Jaguar and a Mega Drive is. Jaguar's not a bad system, but as soon as you call it 64-bit or even 32-bit, it's just, you're onto a loser there, really. So yeah, the Famicom, there was nothing wrong with the Famicom because they were like $60–70 in, when you convert the currency. And the games were like $15–16. No problem with that. I mean, basically, it was cheaper than a C64. And the games were they were the same price as Commodore cartridges. So Popeye on the Famicom costs the same as International Soccer on the C64. Trying to think if there's other games that are like, must-haves on cartridge for the C64. I suppose Le Mans was good for the time. Well, the 7 is still flashing, so I presume it's still decompacting. Yes, it is. And that's really the situation. Yeah, even in 1988, the NES should not have been Nintendo's flagship. No way. The NES is better than the SG-1000, is not as good as the SMS, and neither of them are like worth paying 30 quid a game for. Now, if they could do something like, I don't know, Lionheart, perhaps, yeah, that's worth it, because Lionheart was worth the money. I suppose Battle Squadron was as well. I personally thought Sword of Sudan was worth the money on the Amiga. I had the original copy and 2 external drives, and it came on 3 discs, and you never had to swap discs once. There we go, FRAK. So yeah, I mean, some games are better on the C64. Some games come out better on the Famicom, like Popeye. Nah, Donkey Kong is just as good on the C64 though. So this is written by Orlando M. Fish. I think his real name is Nick Phillips, and he's heavily into cryptography. He actually appeared on some Discovery Channel documentary about something, and they were discussing, cryptograms or something like that. He's really into that. He's nothing like what I expected him to look like, actually. Yeah, anyway, we're going to do no on all the trainers, because I haven't played this for probably 3.5 decades, I'm guessing. It's quite an early game. I don't think I would have played it after probably 84. One. Select difficulty level, blah blah blah, vertical mirrored scenes, whatever that means. Return accept. Now, where the hell are my CRT glasses? We're going to have to go and have a look at, see. I need my CRT first thing in the morning, and CRT glasses to go with them. No, yeah, actually they are here. What are they doing with the tobacco? They're no good for that job. Ah, that's better. The fog has been lifted. Right. Well, actually it says Jason Perkins here. So I guess Nick Phillips wrote the original BBC Micro version of the game, which some people say is actually better. They certainly don't look better. Let's have some music on. I don't remember the music. I remember the graphics though. I mean, apart from his pink skin, all the other colours are actually BBC Micro colours here. That's red, green, blue, purple, turquoise and yellow. I definitely got pink skin. BBC Micro doesn't have orange, nor does the Acorn Electron. And that's the other problem with the NES. The games were too damn expensive. There is no way that Excite Bike is worth 38 quid more than BMX Kids. There's just no way. If there were 20 games of that sort of quality for 2 quid, then you know, you could buy 20 games for the price of one good game on the NES, and that's just bullshit, mate. So you just got to collect all the diamonds. Now the problem with the game, with it on the C64, I can't remember if you can touch them. No, FRAK, obviously meaning fuck, from Battlestar Galactica 1978. Although I haven't quite worked out what fracking Falgercarp is. Well, obviously I know what the fracking bit is. So are they points? Oh, actually, right, so that's how you jump. So they don't actually attack you. Now the graphics are actually smaller on the BBC, so you can see more of the platforms below you as you're on the screen. There is a bit of a leap of faith going on the C64 version. That's really what people mean by, you know, the BBC version is better. The jumps are probably just as shit on the BBC version. But I did have this game. However, I have no memory of the, you know, the cassette cover. So this may be a game that someone did a copy of for me. There was one kid at school. It wasn't really, you know, a friend as such. I keep pressing fire as if it's going to do something. Right, okay. So how am I supposed to get to the other end? Something weird going on there. Do I have to jump all the way from the top? I bet I do. FRAK is the word, mate. It's not Grease. Grease isn't the word. FRAK is the word. Very frustrating game, which is why it's probably called FRAK. But like I say, you can see much more of, well, you can see at least 25-33% more of what's going on below you on the BBC version. So there's obviously nothing there. Controls are a bit iffy, but like I said, I suspect they're iffy on that too. Wow, you can't jump that much. So you've just basically got to like memorise it. However, the graphics are quite large and they're not expanded sprites. And this is a, oh come on, the collision detection is a real cunt, as I would not have said as it when this game came out, because I would have got smacked real bad speaking like that. Plus I think when this game came out, people on the BBC TV, not BBC Micro, were kind of all speaking Queen's English, as they call it, I suppose. Right, let's go for it. Come on. Maybe you're not so. So yeah, so trying to review this game without memories now, which therefore means there's no nostalgia for it going on at all. It's a bit tricky actually. I have to review it the same way I review something like Pipeline. Yeah, there is a diamond down here. Well, it's a good thing that thing was missing me. You know what, I can't remember which one I jumped from now. No, I think it might have been that one up there, innit? No, that's what happened. Yeah, so it was the one above. So yeah, you just have to learn exactly what route to take, kind of thing. So I mean, I thought this game was fun back then, because obviously you hadn't seen later games when this game came out. Not like today, when you like look back at these games, it's a bit different. If you didn't have the game, so there's no nostalgic value to add to the review. Yeah, we do have to go this way. You have to kind of review them in a different way. So yeah, it's basically, the graphics are really nice. The colours are shit, but Jesus Christ, you have to jump right on the edge. So actually the amount of the level, you can see, it hasn't really hurt the game yet. It's just an iffy like jump kind of thing where you have to jump from. They haven't designed the game around the way he jumps, so there's that. Ooh, piss off, mate. Ooh, there you go. Is there something down there? Actually, no. How can you fucking go off in the dot? Right. See, this is the problem. When you haven't actually got any memories of the game, you know, you can't really. Well, you can review it, but it's not really me reviewing it as someone who owned it back then, and that's really the thing. See. Oof. Nothing I can do about that really. I can have another swig of coffee, but I don't think that helped the situation at all. So I'll put some stuff in 7YT. Is there anything new? Doesn't look like it. No. No, but I do believe I changed the name of one of the directories, so yeah, there we go. I did stick something in here. I can't remember what it is now. Well, there's a lot of shit in here. Now we're going to have to take the alphabetical sort off. Ah, it was infograms, right, that's what we're doing. Now why was I doing infograms? Now I remember I had Bubble Ghost on the ST and I thought it was shit. It's technically underwhelming. Apart from some software sample playback or something. Bubble Ghost, something like that, some French bloke that really badly sampled with a pound shop microphone sort of thing. Actually, I think Operation Neptune I had to check out, make sure it works with the True Drive emulation turned off, because I think it's I think it's classed as a 3D shoot 'em up. So it might take a while to load, but then it might not because it's a multi-load. So yeah, that's a shame about FRAK. I used to like playing it. God knows why now. It's fucking annoying. Maybe I just had more patience back then. That could be a problem, I suppose. You know. But it's one of those games where you would buy it just to show to other people, like, ooh, look how big the graphics are on the C64. Look at your titchy BBC Micro graphics. But, you know, still not a good game. Some nice music there to mellow us out. So yeah, reflecting on FRAK. Yeah, I suppose at the end of the day, it's no more annoying than Son of Black Art, which I think I've done actually. But I don't really have any memories of FRAK. Got more memories of Starbucks, ain't it? So what we're going to give FRAK then as a score? Because I have to score it as a game I would have bought back then. I'm trying to recreate my own reviews because we were too poor to have one of them red JVC Back to the Future camcorders. But if we had one of those, well, you can bet your arse I would have been doing these exact same reviews. And luckily my voice had broken, although I hadn't smoked yet. So, I would say, for me, back then, that's a 7 out of 10 game. So, could do better, plenty of room for improvement, but you know what, at the time, it's only marginally worse than Son of Black Art, which I would have given 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10. Back then, not today. I've definitely played Son of Black Art, but I can't remember if I actually was either recording it. No, I'm sure, because it worked, so maybe I wasn't. Yeah, who knows, mate, I can't remember if I was chirping while I was playing that game or not. Maybe someone in the comments who remembers can let me know. Right, what happened to the CRT glasses? Well, I bought them here. Oh, they fell down the side, didn't it? Hey! There we go. Let's look at it only with the CRT glasses. There we go. Oh bollocks, it's not the game. Of course it isn't. Intro by the Edge. Infinite Fuel. Yes and yes, I'm in one of those moods. Well, that's a shame. The palette choices are a bit dumb, but apart from that, it's a nice intro. It's actually a very nice intro. Why are the colours so shit? Actually, they... Oh, right, they're two geezers in red and blue jumpers riding red jet skis. Okay, it's a bit weird what they're doing with the floor there. Why is there grey, light grey and dark grey patches on the dark blue water? This is one time where turquoise would have been better, and white, light grey and medium grey. Fuck's sake. What's wrong with these people? Am I supposed to be controlling this cunt? Of course, now I don't know if it's the other joystick port. I don't like changing joystick ports on this thing. No, that's not. It's not doing nothing. Something happened there. Press the button on joystick port 1. Is that correct? You fucking have a message or something. Loading. You fucking. So yeah, I have to crack on with the house really. Because I want the third bedroom done. And then I'm going to have all my programming books in there, you see. And I've already got laser basic and basic lightning sitting on the SD card, so that's not a problem. And I can always transfer programs that I save on the disk I load it from, because you can't really swap to another disk image. So I'll have to make separate disk images specifically for like basic lightning and stuff. I don't know if it's a joystick port 1 or 2. That's how good this game is. There's no way of knowing. So that take 1, take 2 palaver was a bit bollocks. However, this is quite an impressive routine. Am I supposed to shoot them? Probably. Well, I wonder if backlash still works. Now, I never had backlash on the Amiga because I had an ST before I had an Amiga, and I got backlash for the ST, so there was no point buying the Amiga version. And that might be why backlash feels a bit slow, actually, because I'm used to the ST version, and there's no blitter coding in backlash on the Amiga. So I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do, because there's no like radar worth of shit if there is one. Just covering my bases here. So just wandering around aimlessly blowing these things up, which I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing or not anyway. Alright, it keeps going forward if you just push forward. So it's not a bad game if you're a smoker, which you shouldn't be anyway, but I'm just saying. Ooh. It's got a turning circle of the Titanic when it's moving, so there's that. Might be a bit better when it's stationary, but that doesn't really apply in this game. Right, okay, well you're only using a quarter of the screen, so there's that. Absolutely useless. Yeah, it is. It's like literally like less than a quarter of the screen. It's about 20 columns. Oh, there's some shit going on there. I saw things like, I thought there were little planes in the sky. I've created a new base, said Fat Man from Austin Powers. You know what, I had enough of this game. Jesus Christ. That game is below 5 out of fucking 10. So yes, the great thing about the C64 experience was you managed to buy a lot of games on tape, even if you're fueling that habit with pocket money. Don't know about you, but we still had to get bus fare. I mean, every kid that had to get a bus, whether they were getting free school dinners or whatever, they still had to pay for the bus. So you could walk home 2.25 miles like I used to do, and save your bus fare for 4 days and buy a Mastertronic game on top of what your pocket money would afford you. And even luckier for me, bloody dinner ladies. I think this is an adventure game, graphic adventure game, but it's very, very. I don't know what I would call it. What would you call the subject matter of this game? Controversial? I don't know if controversial is a word. So yeah, I used to get probably £5 a week for bus fare and dinner at lunchtime, which should probably be about 50p. I'm trying to think. I think a bag of chips was 20p, and a can of Coke was probably 20p or 25p. So you'd actually have enough for a bag of chips, a can of Coke, and a packet of Toffos or something. Fruit Toffos in my case, which definitely do not exist anymore. God damn you. In fact, there is not even a super posh Marks and Spencer fucking assortment of fruit flavoured toffees or anything like it. I'd have to check Thornton's, an actual shop, but I don't live near them anymore. Where I lived in East London, they were in the local shopping centre. They had a Thornton's thing. Did go in there a few times, but that was because one of the cashiers was quite nice looking. I'm quite happy having my Bourneville dark chocolate bars, thank you. Right, this is not going to turn out like Hampstead because I didn't have this game. I'm glad I did things like Hampstead and what was the other one? That space game on space trading game on Softaid. Can't remember what it's called off the top of my head now. Your prison cell. See, that's where the game starts. Where you have spent many a happy hour and many more unhappy ones. Then it's got a capital letter E, and then it's got the warder enters and says it's your day of release. Yeah, this is not the Pawn by Magnetic Scrolls. What's that? What's that, mate? Yeah, you would think. Oh, fuck it. There's not even graphics on every screen. Long grey prison corridor. This is great, isn't it? Now we go north again then. Alright, that bit there, that's single capital letter, that's your exits. What a shit fucking bit of coding. No, I'm going to go north. But I went south to go in there. Why do I have to go west to get out? So we're out already. So, fuck off. What, one picture? I fucking left the entire fucking prison and I'm on the street and there's still no pictures? Fuck you. God damn it. I wish the Pawn worked on the C64 and the Guild of Thieves. I had both of those. I actually bought them on the ST because that saved me a tenner. The across the two games. And I bought them at a computer show. Don't know which one. But I went with my mate Peter, I remember that. We got the train up there, so wherever it was. Couldn't tell you if it was the Novotel or Olympia, because I don't know which show we went to. Might have been the Atari show. But I think it was the PCW show, Personal Computer World Show. So now another game that one of my videos starts on, which I've obviously been playing while the camera battery was charging, and then I didn't even say what game it was, although luckily I remembered roughly. I knew that the game had the word jet in it, so I found that, and I've stuck that separately now. And it's from Game Base 64, so I presume it's the same one I had before. I'm hoping it's decompacting, and it is. It's a very interesting game. Sega did a Zaxxon style game, which was like, you know, over land and water on planet Earth, you know, with like planes and boats. And this is sort of like a bit of a rip-off of that. See? You know, very slow. Can I blow up there? Yes. So if it was just 50% faster, oh god damn it! How are you supposed to sort him out then? He's a bit eager to crash into me. I think that's part of the whole 80s we could be nuking each other at any time fucking attitude than anything else. God damn it, I missed it now. So I'm guessing that is quite... Right, okay, so I'm seeing some problems with this game design already. So the game is too slow, but not only is it too slow, but it's very annoying to play, because it's very difficult even at this sort of stupid speed. So regardless of the fact that I don't know what I'm doing, and there's some giant footsteps there on the island, so I don't really know what that's all about. So the Sega game that this is ripping off is actually quite good. I can't remember what it's called. But I did think about doing the graphics for it, so... The battle is over, well we're fucked. I should have got a better programmer for the interface to my drones. Let's just leave it at that. But, you know, teenage version of me would probably rate this game at like at least 6 out of 10. And I'm saying that because there's some rubbish parallax waves going on in the background. But nonetheless, there are waves and they are parallax. And for that reason, it has to be one above 5. Because for this period, like 1984 sort of thing, so you what the, I didn't hit nothing. Ah, bollocks, mate. And it puts you right back at the start. So this is not a fun game. You might think, oh, a Zaxxon game with Harrier attack type scenario, that would be good. Yeah, it would. Don't get these idiots to write it for you. So the helicopter is really annoying me. Really annoying me. I'm sure I just got blown up there. Something weird happened with the graphic. I'm going to ignore that little tugboat. We have to get the helicopters no matter what. Ah, Jesus Christ, you hit the debris. I don't like that. I want the full Battlestar Galactica experience. You fly through the debris and fuck all happens. Like I said, if I was interested in reality, I would have a PS5 out or 4. I didn't buy a PS4 either. So this is sort of bordering on Havoc. It's shit for completely different reasons, but it's about the same amount of compromise going on here. Bollocks, now I've got to avoid that cunt. Now because it doesn't have the same sort of sound effects as Havoc has phenomenal sound effects, mate. They are really good. I didn't hit nothing, did I? So I'm going to say, because Havoc is 8 out of 10, and at least 1 out of 10 for that is for the atmospheric sound effects of the SID, which are of Falcon Patrol quality. That has to be a 7. You're probably going to play that game and think, what the fuck is he smoking? That game is absolute bunch of cock. And you could be right. But you have to try and play these games in a way that in that year, at least, you know, you're not judging something like, trying to think now. Yeah, because games got worse. Actually, I can't think of a good example of this. Well, actually, Pole Position 2. You can't judge Pole Position 1 based on the fact that Pole Position 2 exists. You just cannot do it. That's a great example. Pulled that one out of the bag. Stroked my arse. Yeah, it's such a shame that none of those Exterminator or Gothic cracks work. Now we've done Pink Panther. Pocket Rockets don't work. Done Tiger Road. Let's see if we put anything else in the by software publisher bullshit. See if I can remember who does certain games. It's not too bad then. Then it's quite useful to have them set up that way. So you probably want an alphabetical sort and a by software publisher subdirectory alphabetical sort as well. And maybe even just like a favourites, games that you will always play once a week. You know, if it was an Amiga, that would be Lotus 2. On the C64, it's a bit more difficult because I've been playing those games for so long. I ain't played any Amiga games since the, well, once after the CD-TV Spectacular that I did, which was really shit, but anyway. Yeah, so we don't actually want alphabetical sort. That was the infograms. So we're going to do. Oh, actually, Captain Blood. I bet you any money this don't fucking work. Do I have to load the intro separately? How many minutes is going on the camera? Fuck, you know, we've got 10 minutes to get this loaded and some sort of useful gameplay out of the battery life. Probably only got 2/5 battery life at this point. Maximum you can get now is about 1.5 hours worth of straight recording off a fully charged battery, and it used to be about 1 hour 40, maybe 40 something minutes. So the camera battery is suffering, but Old Faithful is just soldiering on. 5 times more reliable than the SX64s I was using. Actually, that's not fair. Only one of those failed. So I've got 2 that don't actually work properly. I think one black screens and I think the other one needs a SID chip. Or it's got some really weird problem that means a SID chip can't work on you. English, thank you. Crap, no. But of course I pressed the wrong button. Now on the ST and Amiga there's all sorts of weird sound effects that go on. I can't remember how you actually go to the planet or whatever. So that must be exit. That's obviously load. There's no back button anymore. Now this is very weird now. I have to drag that thing across. Oh, this is a really stupid idea. C64 does not come with a mouse, mate, and it's a dumb idea to do it like this anyway. Okay, now do we go forward? Wasn't impressed that much by this game on the ST or Amiga, because the planet landing sequences are vastly inferior to Rescue on FRAK that's running on a 1979 Atari 800. And that's a problem. So now what? Yeah, it's just a time clicking up. So what? We have to randomly try and fucking find a planet. I want the planet view. So why didn't it go there? Because we're there already. So there must be another button on this idiotic fucking 4-colour fucking menu system. Tell you what, I didn't have to worry about fucking copy protection. Never mind, 10 minutes of usable gameplay, we got about fucking 10 seconds of a bit of mildly interesting rubbish character based raster effects. Although the sound effects were okay for that thing. But I honestly can't remember if I had Purple Saturday. Right then. Yeah, we've already got Laurie Seattle's on the original. I don't know why I did that. I was supposed to click on games. What else did they do? There is a Formula 1 game by that French company who did Fifth Axis. And yeah, that was my chair. Don't you worry about that. And it's never been found. And now there's not even an entry for it on GameBase 64 on that page, I think. Although that may have been a temporary problem. So I'm surprised I went to the trouble of doing these guys. There was another company I just did, but I haven't decompacted the zips and sorted out the tapes from the disk images. Hubert, probably a Hubert clone. Right, what I remember about Space Racer is someone commented on a gameplay video of it I did from an emulator saying, nah, I never ran like this. And I'm thinking, I don't, you wouldn't get sound on the emulator if you run it too fast. So the most I could have done is set it to NTSC, which I don't usually do anyway. So it's going to be interesting. And it would have been exactly the same version on Game Base 64 if they haven't changed the version that is on the links on the Game Base website. So this could be interesting. It might be worth stopping the camera and making sure it all loads up and then starting it again. Unless it now has completely finished. See, they should do raster bars like that in the border while showing the title screens. Trying to think if I don't know how you go faster. Well, it's not on rapid fire or anything. How do you actually go faster? So I just avoid everything, and this is really fast actually. If your Shadow was a little Formula 1 car, it could almost be fucking Sega's Turbo. Alright, not quite that impressive, but... Am I supposed to shoot them or something? Because I haven't actually selected any trainers at the moment. Does it? So I have to keep holding the fire button and pressing forward. Do I have to actually... Okay. So you can't accelerate while you're on the ground. So it has got pretty good collision detection. I'm sure I didn't select infinite energy. Maybe you have to shoot a certain number of them. Weren't we firing shots before? There's no real indication whether I'm actually even getting laps or anything. We'll end the video there. I won't do it anymore unless I can find something to fucking play.